So, as Doug said, workers' compensation. We must act immediately to bring that system under control and make it competitive with that of other states. Senator Radogno, my counterpart, and I have already heard hours of testimony to help identify problems and fixes. I believe a workers' comp overhaul is the single most important piece of legislation we can pass this session to prove that we're serious about improving the business climate. So as far as the business climate is concerned, it's the #1 issue. And let me make it clear, workers' comp, this is not a Democratic versus Republican issue. Let's put it this way, there's no votes in both of our caucuses to change the workers' comp system. So we have to work together to see if we can get compromises from both sides, to see if we can get, in the Senate, 30 votes to pass a bill.
The governor talked some today about the concerns about the medical fee schedule. There's no question we are far out of line, and I support efforts to bring some control, cost controls to that. We need to have a little tighter rein on how employees choose doctors, and we all have managed care in our personal lives. That does not seem to be a factor in workers' comp, and I think there's some real savings that we can elicit there, plus probably providing better care to people by focusing them on specialists that they really need. The issue of causation. There really is no requirement that an injury be, that you need to prove it was caused by work. And I've heard some interesting horror stories from businesses where, for example, someone was fortunate enough to have their heart attack at work as opposed to somewhere else, and then the employer is on the hook for the entire amount. Or someone that's worked at a facility for maybe a week and a half and comes in and needs a knee replacement that couldn't possibly have occurred during that term of employment because it's a degenerative illness. We certainly believe that we need to take people as they come. If they've got health issues in the workplace that aggravates it, we should in fact compensate them. But there has to be some nexus between the workplace and the injury for which they're being compensated.
It's about the budget. It's going to be about workers' comp. I think we're going to have a good bit of discussion in the days to come on education reform and on pension reform. And what I think is, and I'm not going to be partisan today, but what I think is a good thing that's going on in the state capitol now is a lot of things that you've been talking about and a lot of things that we have been talking about on the Republican side are starting to be discussed, and I think will ultimately happen. Whether it's workers' comp. Imagine if you thought about it a year or two ago or 3 or 4 years ago that we were going to actually potentially have a major reform in the workers' compensation system. That's happening because you and many of us and both chambers in the Republican side have been pushing and discussing and saying we've got to do something on workers' comp. Same on pensions, the same on budget, the same on education reform. So the persistence pays off. For a number of years there, we were a little frustrated. We weren't getting anywhere. People weren't listening. I think the public was. I think you were, and you said we're not going to give up. So it does pay off to be persistent.